Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Dychronic. Will you just stop, please? Jesus Christ! You just gotta. I cannot believe that blind fire hit. By the way, can you believe that blind fire hit? Okay, welcome to the video, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, my name's Dychronic, your host here on this Xur video for January 17, 2020. I'm going to show you where the Xur is, inventory, all the recommendations, all the random rolls, and all that whatnot. So, first and foremost, you can find the Xur on Nessus. You can find him in his regular location in the Watcher's Grave, so just travel over here and go on top of this giant golden barge, and he's standing right here, right next to the harpies that shoot you. Yeah, you run now. Freaking harpies. This is a high overview of everything he does have available in case this is all you were concerned with. And I just want to apologize that the Xur video is late. I had some practical difficulties, ergo I didn't wake up. But let's go ahead and get started. First up, for the weapon, we have the grenade launcher. The Colony is a very, very special weapon because the shots fired from this weapon are insectoid robots that chase and explode the targets. Literally, your shots hit the ground, they grow legs, and just start running at the target. It's one of the most interesting weapons they have in this game, and also there's an auto-loading perk. Basically, Serve the Colony is just auto-loader. As you put it away, it auto-loads from reserves, which is really nice to have in a grenade launcher. Just fire all your shots, then switch. Overall, in PvE, this is not a very good weapon. It has very poor DPS, and PvP, it has a lot of use, but not a lot of people use it anymore because everybody knows how to avoid it. But I would still say this is a very powerful weapon for PvP for sure. On top of that, it also has a catalyst, which I think you get from the Crucible. And then lastly, this weapon has a lot of ornaments. It's gone through a lot of phases since the Curse of Osiris back into the corridors of time, and we've got 3 ornaments for it. Moving on to the Titan exotic, we have the Mask of the Quiet One. I like to think of this as more of a mini one-eyed mask. Its main perk, Dreaded Visage, gains ability energy when you're damaged, and when you're critically wounded, when you're critically wounded, gain maximum health on kills. Now, it's only going to be about the kills part and getting health, but more and more as we go along, the one-eyed mask is going to have more and more stripped out of it. So keep this in mind as the one-eyed mask gets stripped. Maybe this is going to get to the point where it's going to be useful. As far as the roles go, having a primary in strength is not a synergy with this particular exotic. However, you do want ability regeneration, so anything that gives you ability regeneration is a synergy. However, I would say the best thing to have with this would be resilience, because you want to get to critically wounded, but you want to be able to hang there for a little while. So primary and resilience would be the best, and then recovery, I think, and then some ability stuff. So below average roll for, I would say, above average exotic. Oh yeah, I forgot, it does actually have an ornament that makes it look like the goblin thing, where it's like the stuff underneath. Moving on to the Warlock exotics, we have the Lunafaction boots. In my opinion, it's still like number 2 on my top 5 Warlock exotics for PvE. It is just an absolute powerhouse. And honestly, its purpose has not changed since it got nerfed. Its main perk, Alchemical Etchings, your Rift gain the ability to increase weapon reload speeds, basically increases them to the maximum reload, and Empowering Rifts make this weapon more effective over longer ranges. Now here's the thing, it did in fact get nerfed 2 seasons ago where it's not instant loading instead, now it's really fast reloading, but its use case has not changed. Anytime you are doing a raid or you need to gather up for DPS, you want to have the fastest possible reload, and you gotta use Lunafaction boots with Well of Radiance. That's just how people do it, so its use cases have not changed whatsoever, and therefore it's being used the same way. On top of that, Empowering Rifts double your range. That increased amount of range is double range. So if you want to increase the range of a hand cannon, auto rifle, or whatever, put out a Rift, make it Empowering Rift, and you have double range. It's actually a lot of fun, and not a lot of people realize that in Crucible and in PvE. As for its roles, I would honestly like to see a primary in Intellect, a secondary in Recovery, because it is about Rifts, but Resilience is not bad. Strength is not great, so I would say kind of below average role for an extremely above average exotic. And then finally, it does have an ornament that makes it look very similar, obviously orange, but you can recolor that however you want. And finally, you have the Hunter exotic known as Shinobu's Vow. Its main perk, New Tricks, improves Skip Grenade, which I think means it gives more little bits to it, so it does more damage, and you gain an additional Skip Grenade charge. Skip Grenade is return energy when it damages enemies. Now, in my opinion, this is not very useful. If you like skip grenades, this could be useful, but there's other things you could use instead, like Shards of Gjallarhorn, or you could use Worm Husk or Stompies. There's just so many more scenarios that I would rather use something else. The only instance that Shinobu's Vow is really great was during the Revelry, when you could do insane amounts of grenade recharge and you just started chucking these things like absolute mad. As far as the synergy with the roles going, having a primary discipline is absolutely the perfect synergy. Secondary mobility is just something you expect for hunter classes, so it's a very above average role, good synergy for this kind of averaging exotic. And then finally, you do have an ornament, but I do not have it. And that's going to be pretty much it. Of course, make sure you're picking up your 5 of Swords for high scoring Nightfalls. Pick up your Invitation of the Nine for some powerful gear and some lore. And then finally, the exotic engram, guaranteed to give you an exotic that you do not have that is a world drop from any of the years. Anyways, that's going to be it. That's the end of the Xur video. Let me know in the comments down below if you have any questions, concerns, if I missed anything, or if you just wanted to say hello, let me know in the comments down below. That's it. My name is Dychronic, and I'll see you guys on the next one.